Hello guys, 2009 Suzuki Grand Vitara, and this is rear diff and driver side axle, or left hand side axle. See this old dust taken out? It means that the seal is leaking. It's all wet actually, so we'll try to get that seal out today and replaced. So to start we will get the wheel off. So let me get this wheel jacked up and get it off. Okay guys, the wheel is off. I'm doing this first time, so don't judge too hard. So next I will take the brake caliper off, and those 17mm 2 bolts, one here and one here. So before we do that, we just want to retract a bit the brake pads so that they are not engaged. So we just grab it over there, push it back so the rotor is not engaged with the brake pads, and the caliper with the pads can come off easily. So now let's get those 17mm bolts, the caliper bracket off. So this top one I was able to get this way from the top. They're tight over there, so you need one ratchet. But yeah, the access from the top is the easiest one. Let's get to the other one. So this one, similar way, you go from the top. Okay, let's get them out. So the caliper is off. You want to hang it somewhere out of your way. Just make sure that it's not hanging on a line. Those bolts were quite rusty. I don't know if somebody has ever removed them before, but if so, that have been a while ago. So next we'll get the exle nut off while the parking brakes are applied. So let me find the socket and get this out. So the socket which works is 1.25 inches. Probably will be around 32mm, something in that range. But also we want to get this bend out so we do not damage the thread while we getting the nut off. So just use a punch and gently get it straight. So we got that lock straight. Now we can try to get this off, and I need to use my second hand. Yeah, it's not coming out that easy, so let me do that and I will be back. So the nut is off. It was tight. I had to use a... Alright guys, sorry, my phone died. The battery was low. Anyway, I got the axle out. To get it out, you need to take a lot of pieces off. So you need to take the wheel bearing off. You need to remove that lower knuckle, top, ball joint, shock, and also this tension arm on the front side. Be careful about the ABS sensor. Mine is so stuck inside that I had to undo all the clamps that hold it to the frame, so it loosen up, but actually it sticks over here, so don't damage it. To get the axle out, I used that small pry bar, so it came out quite easily. The most difficult part is to get it out of the hub. Yep. I will show you the seal. So here's the seal. This is a new seal The part number is 09283-40037. This is the old seal. So you see, like, this one has this leaf to keep the dust out, so it's supposed to last longer. So we'll get everything cleaned tomorrow and we'll get the seal installed. Hello guys, I'm back with 2009 Suzuki Grand Vitara, and today we will put the rear left axle back and we will replace the seal. So far I have cleaned the axle. Like, this axle has a little bit of corrosion and wear on the surface where the seal meets it. So basically I did cleaning. I had done some sanding with fine. I started with 220, then went to 320 and 400 grit sandpaper, and while doing that I was spraying WD-40 so it's not grinding too much. So right now it's a little bit smoother, still not the best, but the new axle is 700 bucks. So we will give this one a try, and let me get on the vehicle. So over here we have our rear diff, and I had put old seal back for the purpose of cleaning all the area around so nothing gets in. So I will grab some brake clean and wire brush and we'll try to clean the area around the seal, so when we install the new one no debris get in, and when it's replaced we can monitor for any leaks or accumulation of the dust around it. Okay guys, I got my diff cleaned. So to get the seal in, I'm using 2-inch socket, so it fits nicely inside the socket, that lip, and this also will ensure that we won't put it too deep, because as soon as the socket touches the surface of the diff we should be all the way in. I'll probably just get the seal in like that. Try to get it as leveled as you want, as you can. Now we can just push it in with the socket slowly and gently. Different directions, so we start to hear that our socket got in contact with the diff. What means that our seal is in, but I don't think it's all the way in. Yeah, it would like to go just a few, maybe a mil or two deeper. So my statement about the socket and the flush surface probably is not correct. We need to push it a little bit more in, and for that purpose we will use the old seal. Just gently and evenly. So at this stage it's really important to get it get it the same on all the way around, so it's not crooked, because if it is crooked it will lead to excessive wear on the seal. Just trying to see how close we are to have it all the way the same. I might need to look from different directions. I might need to grab a mirror and look from the top, but that's how you do it. Just gently get it in and make sure that it's basically all the way around. You have that V groove that directs the seal, so we want the seal to be flush with the bottom of that groove. So all the sidewall surface of the seal is in contact with the div body. So now I think we got where we wanted it to be. So we will get the axle prepared. We will put some GL-4 diff fluid, and we'll get the axle in. Alright guys, let's get the axle in. So make sure that this ring stays in place, because that's what holds the axle in the diff. So just go gently so we don't damage the seal. Find the place where it will slide in like that, and then just gently push it in, and it's in. So now we can put everything back together and refill the diff. So guys, I'm getting this all back together. On all those bolts, make sure that you clean them and use anti-seize. I had trouble with the ball joint. It was spinning while I was getting it in. I tried different methods. This one works really good. So you want a piece of 2x4 jam against the frame and jack under the lower arm. So basically you apply lots of pressure on this ball joint so it can sit in its place and get jammed, and after that you can tighten them as much as you need, because the rod inside, the stud inside, won't spin. So that's one way to get that issue solved. Hello guys, I'm getting this all back together on 2009 Suzuki Grand Vitara. So we replaced the exle seal, we put the exle back. So I got the new wheel bearing, and the reason for that was that one bolt thread was stripped, one of four that holds the bearing to the hub itself. So those are special bolts, they are grade 10. I was not able to find any were in town grade 10 bolts, and they, to be exact, M10 by 1.25, 10.9 grade, 50 millimeters long. So I had to order them online. They are around, in different places, around 10 bucks a piece. So to get them torqued, I'm talking about those bolts that hold the wheel bearing in place. Torque, just by the size of the bolt, is around 50 foot-pounds. So I got that in place, and I got the pads for the parking brake in place. Next, we also got the new brake rotors, so I'll get the rotors in, and we'll get my caliper on. But so far it's going quite well, so that's the progress so far. So here's the new rotor, but before we put it on, I will apply a nice layer of anti-seize on a wheel bearing, so if we need to remove it later on, it's not stuck as before. And also, this rotor is missing that rubber inspection plug, so that has to be transferred. Other than that, it looks quite the same. So let me get that in. So guys, brake rotor is on, brake caliper is on. Now we just need to get the central nut torqued, but that we will do when the tire is installed and we take the vehicle off the jacks, so we can apply appropriate torque.